and call to order the new Palestine Redevelopment Commission. It's 6:05 on May 15th, 2024. I'd like to start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yep, their stuff's up there.
All right, so we'll start off with old business. Has the commission members had a chance to review the minutes from our last meeting on April 3rd, 2024? Any adjustments, additions, or anything that you feel that we need to add or amend?
I'll make a motion that we approve them, accept them, adopt them,
All right.
all of those.
I'll second that motion
Thank you.
in 3 parts.
All right. All in favor state aye.
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 Opposed state nay. All right, thank you. The motion carries. Also for and we're down to old business. First thing I want to do on the old business is just recognize Dr. Landrup. This is her last day on the commission, and we do appreciate your support and service over the years. Thank you.
Thank you.
And do we know a replacement yet?
Dr. Gina Pleak,
How do you spell her last name?
Pleak. And it is our board's desire that she replace me in lieu of them, represent them.
All right.
It could all come, but I don't think so.
All right, great. Again, thank you. The commission greatly appreciates your service,
Thank you.
and we wish you well in your retirement.
Thank you.
All right, other old business that we have is the potential project discussion. Jim was able to provide us with several quotes regarding let me just get back over here. So it was for the concrete sidewalks, landscaping around one of the entrances coming into town, the low red or the landscaping of the electrical boxes, covering those, and then there was another landscape in there as well.
Were those 2 quotes for the same project? For Moore and from Little Red Wagon?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there's, like Terry's wanting to add some trees to the backside of it.
Terry can go ahead and add trees to the backside of it all she wants.
So what I wanted to do is give a couple estimates to at least get that cleaned up and get it replanted. Both of them have done that. Steve Moore, his price might be a little less even with the trees. I can go over, I'll just kind of click my slides up. So we're out of order there, but that's okay. So that's the sign we're looking at. We want to remove the trees in the backside of it. And then I think the sign actually needs a little, the town employees, we can probably paint that sign there, but then we want to replant, do a planter, kind of a low line planters around it. And then Terry would like to add a couple trees to the back.
Pine trees,
Because the lawnmower shop behind it, sometimes it can be a little obtrusive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that would be one of the projects, and like I said, that Little Red Wagon, about 2,800, and then I think Steve Moore, if we add on the other trees, he'd probably be about 2,000. So if you chose to do that project. So the other project, and one thing that we did not have on here, and I apologize, but this kind of came around this last couple weeks, but I'm receiving a little bit of money through the Thrive Center, $500. They're giving it to the towns for banners. A lot of our summer, winter banners, they're kind of dry rotted, some of them fairly old. And actually, Main Street came in and asked if we could maybe buy some new winter and some summer banners as well. So I do have, this is our town banner right here. We're gonna put a certain number of those. We kind of mix them in with our Blue Star banners. And then actually, the town, Craig Smith, had given me, I apologize when I printed it, but kind of a round logo. And I think we're gonna work on this a little bit, but I think we're actually gonna add a couple school banners to Main Street. Maybe at least from the soldiers there, maybe 2 out, so it kind of covers the school property. So when you're into town, you kind of know you're in front of the school. And it's like I said, a little bit of representation from high school, so we thought that would be nice. So that we can get into that 500, but if you guys, if it would so be donate maybe $500, that would cover us to replace the rest of our summer winter banners. And I wouldn't replace all of them because we still keep our Blue Star, and I've got that in that order, so, you know, $500 would go to help us replace and kind of freshen up all our banners, maybe even with the new summer and winter design. So that was that. What else? Okay, on the wraps that we had here. We have 3 of these boxes in town. We have 2 of them here on Main Street, and they kind of take care of our utility lights, our street lights, and then we have one on the roundabout, and they're control boxes. So if you're looking a lot, we have, this one is down in front of, where's this at? No, yeah.
500.
Oh, it's in front of Quartz's house. Yeah, she's not here, yeah. So those are, we have 2 of those, and you see a lot of municipalities, they wrap it. I had several examples. Apologize, I gotta way through here now. Yep. So I had, there's examples, and what they do is they'll take a print, any print we want, and wrap them in a vinyl. We could do it, you know, with a New Palestine theme, you know, some treescape, and I think I have one here with like a cornfield, you know, kind of keep a rural feel. But like I said, sky's the limit, but the cost of them, I've got one quote. I think that one's $850 for one, and then from Deskin it's $500. So we have 3 of them, and I would like to do all 3 of them.
I've got a question, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Does New Pal own those, or does the state own those?
The state owns, well, we own the streetlights through town, so those are our boxes. Yes, they're our boxes.
Okay.
Yep,
And the roundabout is ours too?
that's ours too.
Okay, so we're wrapping the ones that we own.
Yes, yeah. And there's been some municipalities that paint them, but the vinyl wrap's going fairly quick and pretty nice, so I think, you can have somebody come out and paint them, but you can get a better job with the wrap. So that would be on
In the
the,
maintenance, you don't have
I would think,
less
with-
maintenance
yeah,
on the
with
the
paint,
wraps.
then you have maintenance, or it's gonna flake, and
Yep.
then you're repainting them, and
yep.
How long do these last? Like, do they peel and hail?
That I don't know.
I think
sure they, you know,
they'll
cars are
fade
wrapped
before
in-
they do anything else.
Yeah,
So it'll just be a couple, probably a few years, but they'll fade before they do anything else, I
Yeah.
imagine.
I mean, you figure that this is the same product they put on like vehicles when they sign them up and stuff, so. So the other project was the concrete, and that was over here on Bittner, 450. And this, I apologize, this picture, this goes from Cypress Creek, and then it goes all the way to the preserves. Now, we have it from the bridge to Cypress Creek. We just have that segment right there, and I tell you, I've seen people try to walk that. It's a narrow,
Every day.
Yeah.
people walk that.
Mhm.
Yeah, plus it's stepped down off the road,
yeah,
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
big step.
and when it rains, it's
Yeah.
swamp, kind of swampy.
So I have one bid for this, and I would say probably not to exceed, and this bid, Terry brought up, you know, we did this last year late. And this is when everybody was trying to get projects in, you know, it might be bid out better now. And we can get a couple more quotes before we make that, but if it's something you wanna do, this is kind of a general idea of what it's gonna cost. Yvonne, do we still have the 30,000 in there for sidewalks, that if the town wanted to pay part of
You do.
this?
Yeah, the word sidewalks is on
Yeah,
there.
we've had that in there for years, so,
This is RDC, so
Yeah.
you're talking about TIF money
yes.
and not,
Well, what I'm asking is if the 33 was too high and we still wanted that project, and if they felt it was too high, would the town be willing to commit to, you
That's
know,
a town council
yeah,
question.
yeah,
Someone better ask them.
yeah,
But currently, the RDC
Yeah.
has $81,000.
yes.
In their, in your account. I did just get a bill from, Crohn's for doing the presentation the other day, so you're right at about 80,000.
Okay. The sidewalk here, though, is that within our jurisdiction for the RDC?
I think so. We've talked about that, yeah.
The
So it could-
RDC, you know, our mandate, we can use funds for anything that benefits the town, the community, which it's pretty broadly worded. You know, I know I'm the biggest sidewalk proponent in the world, but when I think of sidewalks, I'm kind of hoping east-west as opposed to north-south. But, you know, depending on what others this evening think, sidewalks anywhere are a safety concern. And if you have people, you know, my personal pet peeve is that guardrail just west of McDonald's. I don't know that we have enough money yet that we could tackle that. So, you know, shy of that, I certainly have an open mind whether we want to pursue that, because it is something that definitely we could pay for. And, you know, what a great idea if the RDC went 50-50 with the town, if there's funds to do that. You know, and we don't have to make that decision this evening, especially if we're gonna get more bids,
If that's
just
the
to
project
see.
you wanna pursue, then yeah.
But, you know, it's a worthy project.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think they're all worthy projects. I think they'll all enhance the town, one in safety and one just in character, you know, so.
And you had another sidewalk one as well.
The other sidewalk is the east and west, but the issue with that is, and, you know, we have to figure out if that's state right of way. If there's right of ways, then there's some, you know, issues in buying that right of way if we're in somebody's property. So that's a big process right there. And really, you know, if the town center comes to fruition, I want to see how that project, you know, where those sidewalks are going to line up, which side of the road is going to work better than the other, and so that's kind of where that one was at.
Okay.
The fellows were just out, and that was just one piece. I said, well, what would it cost to go from here to there? I think that was 27,000.
But that was on the south side of the road.
That was, yes, that was from Jim Road to the auto zone.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
How much did you think those ones for Safford Creek?
That was 33. Yeah.
I mean, I think that kind of the easy ones that will, I think people will see and they'll appreciate as we look at the sign on the east end, the wrapping of the boxes and the banners. I mean, with all of those, you're talking probably about $5,000 for those three projects.
Well, if you chose to do all of them.
If we chose to do all of them, right, yeah, it would just be $5,000. And that would be kind of a spattering throughout town that would represent something that we're doing. Where are all of the boxes?
What about the west side of
We
town?
have, one is in front of Quartz's house, right there, Anderson Street,
That signage.
on 52. The other one is down here by, it's close to the end of our lights.
Okay.
Trying to think of a little side street. The other one is right there on the roundabout.
I did, I told you.
Oh, and here's something that I don't think we've discussed before, but it was just brought to my attention, that it might be nice if we had a similar sign on the west side of town. You know, there's a little sign that's in front of the park, and that's pretty misleading. Because if if you're at Sugar Creek Park and you see the sign on 52 that says, you know, Town of New Palestine, you think that's where the town limits are. Not even close. So, you know, at some point, and, you know, a sign similar to what's by Case and Son on the other side of town. Of course, maybe,
Well, that's-
I don't see that as part of the town center project, because then you're just as far inside town before you see the sign. You know, it almost has to be at Mount Comfort Road to be meaningful. So, just food for thought that,
Do we know anybody who has property right around there that would be willing to donate some land for a signage, like around Taco Bell area or something?
you know, I know a landowner that probably wouldn't be too upset about that. If that's the location, that's probably very doable. And the only question is which side of the street, you know. Now, again, thinking completely out loud, if you came up with something that was nice, I also think that we have a very civic-minded hospital corporation that has property that's right at the border of town, that the same kind of thing, one way or the other, whether you want it on the north side or the south side, there are options.
I would think you'd want it on your south side. If they're putting it on the west side, that way there you're coming in and you're seeing it versus looking across the lane.
Yeah. Although that owner would be very receptive.
I mean, as long as we have a owner that's receptive, doesn't matter to
We can
me.
work with that.
Yeah.
Well, my question that I have is the sign that we have over there now was set up before land was annexed. And my question is, I don't know what the future plans are for any more annexation that way, but they could go all the way to County Line Road, so the investment into a sign right there versus out farther for future annexation. And it didn't take very long for that to happen.
Yeah.
So that's my thought is like, do we want to put it in yet?
Yeah,
We
we-
have the one,
Yeah.
so to go any farther.
I would like to see the certificate on that, 'cause that's a nice sign.
Yeah, it does need fresh.
That was
up.
and that was an Eagle Scout project. This one was. So,
That one was?
this one.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jeff Fry put this one in.
When I spoke with Greenfield about how to deal with tip money and what have you, they suggested making a priority list, basically a spreadsheet saying, hey, these are worthwhile projects we might wanna do, you give them a priority 1, 2, 3, 5, whatever. And then you can, of course, as time goes on, add, subtract, change it. So maybe that's something we'd wanna do with the idea that, hey, we'd like to do a sign. If we don't do it this year, maybe we'll put that on as, you know, future year. So.
And,
Seems to work.
you know, it's also, there's some kind of just internal conflict between, you have 80,000 now. Do you wait, do absolutely nothing for years until you have enough to do something really big? Or are there worthwhile projects that warrant, you know, doing some things now?
That's what I
You know,
Yeah, I think that, the sprucing up that sign on the east end and the wrapping the boxes and the flags doesn't eliminate making sure we're being good stewards and saving money for the future, and it'll be recognized. It'll be something that's recognized now. It's something that we're saying we're doing something actively
quick
in
win.
the town.
Yeah.
And at about $5,000 probably for all three of those projects to be completed, it seems reasonable that could be done and enjoyed this summer.
Yeah. I like that.
Will we ask for another quote on that sign, or will we use, what, was those recent, were those quotes?
Those are recent ones there. Yeah.
So if we're looking for a motion, that would be my motion.
I think I agree with
We have a
the three
second.
projects. I'll make it a second, that we invest in those small three projects.
All right, so then all in favor to move forward with the 3 electrical box wrappings, winter and summer banners, and the east side New Palestine entrance. Do we have,
So that's been moved and seconded?
yep, yep. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Who's second?
Aye. All right, motion passes. Congratulations.
Well, and now I'd like to just throw out something to maybe think about. So the sidewalk along Seifert Creek, I would be inclined to do two things with that, depending on what everyone else thinks, and see if we can get more bids, if that, you know, now if the bidding has changed to the benefit. And then approach the town and see if we could split that project 50-50.
I'd be in favor of that.
So, I mean, that's not something that I think we should vote on tonight,
Correct.
but I think that, you know, if Jim gets a few more quotes or has the one rebid because of change of circumstances, see if we could get a little bit better price. But then at the council meeting this evening, I'll bring up, you know, the notion of, or the possibility of the RDC and the town splitting that project 50-50 and see if, you know, what the thoughts are there.
There are a lot of people that walk behind my house, and there's just, my house is right there in the backyard, and there's just no level ground to walk there. And it is another opportunity to connect what is and is coming down to Main Street for all of the events that we have down here as well, because that's not a good place to get from A to B there.
Yep, yep. Javon, do we have another meeting scheduled for the RDC?
We can schedule a meeting whenever you want. So,
I couldn't recall if we had another, I didn't look at my calendar, I didn't know if we had another one out.
We decided to do 4 meetings. And then the schedule kind of got jumbled and things didn't go quite that way. But we can set up another meeting in a month or two if you'd like, or
How about we have Jim find out when he can get the quotes for the sidewalk? And then,
we can set up a meeting time and then we can always change it. Because you're all here now.
True.
You can kind of look at calendars. And then Jim can get a quote. The quote should take that.
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna ask about, how long would that take?
I'll get the quotes and get them emailed to you, and you guys set up the time that you guys wanna,
Well, can, want to try to pick a date now and,
Yeah, I'm seeing if I can get my calendar up.
Everybody.
I mean, we could look at the council Wednesday, the first one in June, if we wanted to meet that quickly. I believe I'm out of town the second council meeting in June.
June 5th?
That would be one I would recommend we do, yes.
June 5th?
Sure.
Dang, Dr. Landrip, I told you we weren't gonna add a meeting before you're gone. Sorry.
At exactly 6:05 PM?
June 5th, 6 p.m.
Yes.
Yep. That'd be great. And we'll see if Jim is able to get any other bids updated or if they reply by then.
yeah.
They should be able to reply within
Yeah.
4 weeks. Any other old business? No. Any comments by the commission? Open topics? No? All right. With that, do I have a motion to adjourn the New Palestine Redevelopment Commission?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor state aye. Aye. Opposed state nay. All right, motion carries. Thanks, everyone.